This foundation literally broke the internet and had everyone obsessed. So when Twitter launched their AI cushion foundation on Tira, I ordered it immediately. It's finally here, and today I will be giving you my honest first impression before you spend your money on it. So let's get started. First up, the packaging. Oh my god, it's so stunning. I love this bright summery shade. Since the time I saw this foundation going viral, I really wanted to get my hands on. Tried many ways, I failed miserably. But finally, it's available on Tira, Nykaa and Myntra, and I got it from Tira at 10% off. They had a launch offer. I picked up a mini size because I wasn't sure of the shade, because when I saw the online swatches, I noticed that the shade runs tad bit deeper. Basically, I'm 33N Macchiato in Red Cushion Foundation, but after looking at the swatches, I settled for 30N Rich Honey. For your reference, I have a neutral with soft olive undertone. So here is the packaging. Comes with a mirror, a nice puff. The puff this time feels a lot more smooth and velvety, and I haven't opened the seal. This will be a complete first impression. So here is the shade 30N Rich Honey. So I have nicely prepped my skin, did some color correction, but not prime my skin because I want to see how this foundation wear on its own. Okay, this is a neutral with soft golden undertone, but wait for it to oxidize because all Twitter foundation oxidizes on me crazily. I want to see what undertone it forms into when it oxidizes. So when I check the ingredient list, the first ingredient is aqua. So even though this is a water-based foundation, it still has a lot of silicones. If you want, you can check the ingredient, and therefore this silicone are responsible for smoothing the pores, blurring texture, lightweight spreadability, better longevity, less transfer, more resistant to sweat and humidity. Okay, so after having this foundation on my entire face, I can say it has a semi-matte finish, and the good thing is it can be worn by all skin types. Because I have a dry and matured skin, still it feels very hydrating, lightweight, non-sticky, and it has smoothened out my pores. Because I haven't used any primer, still my skin feels a lot smoother. My textures have smoothened out as if I'm having my healthy diet. Talking about the shade has oxidized. It looks a bit peachy now if I compare it to my neck. So even if it has a lot of silicone contents in it, still it is not your typical old school dry matte silicone based foundation. In fact, it is more of a hydrating silicone based cushion foundation. So let me complete the rest of my face makeup because I want to see how rest of the products layers on top of this foundation, and I shall come right back to share more about my experiences. Okay guys, I'm back after full face of makeup. This is how my skin looks with Tete AI Cushion Foundation, and honestly I'm in love with the formulation. Though it contains a lot of silicones to give you that smoothened out skin, but still it feels absolutely weightless, hydrating, and I don't see any kind of cakiness or masky feeling. And while I'm talking with you guys, I don't feel that dry or stretchy feeling at all. And oh my god, my pores, my skin looks so smoothened out, so blurred, as if I have a filter on, which I don't have, you guys, because I use my phone camera to shoot my videos. But in real life, when I see in the mirror, I can't take my eyes off. Today it is a good makeup day. I'm absolutely loving the formulation a lot, and I think I am going to prefer this one more than the Tete Red Cushion Foundation. If you guys are interested to compare these two, let me know down in the comments. The shade as of now looks a little more oxidized, a little more peachy, because if you compare to my neck, I have a neutral undertone, as I've already said, with soft olive tones. The shade 30N is a good depth match for me, but the undertone leans slightly peach compared to my natural skin tone. But still, after I've completed my makeup, it's not looking bad. And primer, no primer, it did not make any difference. For dry matured skin, the formula is quite actually intelligently balanced because it has humectants, barrier supporting ingredients like ceramides, cholesterol, emollients like jojoba oil, silicones for smoothing. So I would call it as a hydrating silicone dominant cushion foundation with added skincare benefits. Whatever products I layered on top of this foundation, everything just went on like butter. No streakiness, no patchiness. It did not lift my foundation. It kept everything intact. And now we are going to see how much the shade have oxidized, because from the swatch I can clearly tell you that the shade has definitely oxidized to one shade deeper. So you can see the old swatch over here, and I'm swatching it beside. and definitely the foundation has oxidized. So if you're close enough to my skin tone, you can choose 30N as your reference if you are using 33N macchiato, because if you go with the existing shade that you're already using, it is going to run more deeper on you. So the feel is perfect, the finish is perfect, the formulation is perfect, and the texture, oh my god, is to die for. But the $1,000,000 question is if it is going to survive this extreme heat and humidity. Plus I have a sweaty skin, so I really want to see how sweat resistant it is, because they say it is a sweat resistant foundation. But let me be very honest, in this climatic condition, no makeup is going to last well. It is going to melt down completely. Despite of all that, I still want to see how well it resists sweat on my sweaty skin. So I finished applying this foundation at 11:30 in the morning. Currently it's 1:30 p.m. and I am going to start my wear test past 11:30. So I'll catch you after 5 hours. I forgot to show you whether it is waterproof or not. I even did not check if it is transfer proof. So I have taken some foundation on the back of my hand, blended it very nicely, given some time, sprayed some good amount of water, very generous amount, and you can easily see that the water droplets are just flowing. It's not, turning cloudy, it's not turning muddy. So here is the clean tissue test, and you can completely see that it is absolutely waterproof. Now let's check the sweat test after 5 hours of wear. These sweat droplets look cloudy. I'm not sure if it's the foundation or the powder mixing with the sweat. The foundation has started settling around the corners of my nose. I'm also noticing a bit of settling in my smile lines. The chin area though looks pretty good. No cracking, no separation so far. But around the corners of my mouth, it's definitely starting to cling to textures. I'm gently blotting the sweat on my forehead. In this kind of heat and humidity, no makeup stays perfect. So let's see how this holds up. As expected, quite a bit of product has transferred onto the tissue. Now let's blot the excess oil on my chin. You can see there is some noticeable transfer here as well. Wherever I blotted, the tissue lifted some product. So on my sweaty skin, it didn't perform that well. I'm still not sure if it's the foundation or the powder breaking down. Stay tuned for updates.